Mm, we are raw in here. You know, I was going to do like a get ready with me video or whatever, but that really ain't me, to be honest. I mean, I get ready, but yeah, I don't have everything like all set up or, or whatever in a room. Like I do a little facial steam, but with my kettle while I make tea. Okay. So yeah, I gotta be in the kitchen doing that, you know. Then I gotta go to the bathroom. I can't be, I don't wanna be moving all around. But check this out. I had promised that I would answer some questions, right? On a different platform. I have a little fun over there. You know, we interact a little bit. Um, and I go through all my messages. I'm appreciative of all of them, first of all. So let me stop right there and say that. Let me take this moment to say I have some really, 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 really great messages. I've received some really great like gifts, GIF, and some really great pictures and things like that. Like people pay attention to what you're doing. And I really like nature. So like it's really beautiful things coming. And I get to see other parts of the world and interact with other people. Well, sort of, kind of. So if something common keeps coming through my messages, then, you know, I'll just do a little live or whatever and address it, right? So, and those people who have asked me those questions know that I'm answering their question because they've continuously asked me the question. And I just believe that if somebody's taking time out of their day to keep asking you something or show interest or whatnot, that it's only right that you return the favor. Like, why would I not? Especially because there's like frequent people, you know what I mean? So they keep coming to the platform and they're asking some very specific questions. So I appreciate the time they took to look at a video or look at a post or like, you know, what did you really mean by that? And so I try to make time now to do that. Well, something happened. The device that I usually do that on, I don't have anymore at this time. So it's on pause, waiting for it to be returned to me. So now we're right here, and I thought, ooh, YouTube would be great because nobody's over there, right? And that's how I feel about Facebook. Even though people are over there, I just feel like nobody's over there because that's how I started on that platform. So I'm gonna finish answering the questions on YouTube, and then maybe I'll post like when I actually get ready on my Instagram because yeah, I'm not that person right now. Maybe later, but I'm not right now. So unfortunately, you gotta get me raw. Wait. Okay, so my bad. What if you don't even know what you're looking at? What if you just popped over here and you're like, what the is going on? So my name is Shay, and you've run into Shay's Pretty Skinny, and we don't do anything over here but drink a little tea, you know what I mean? Talk a little health, mental health, you know, shoot the it, you know, have a little conversation. That's all. Just regular stuff. Nothing too out of the way. However, conversations over here might trigger emotions tied to traumatic experiences, or it just might piss you off in general. And I always say to people, you know, your subconscious is very, very, very sensitive. It's strong and it's taking in everything. And if you're looking at something that you don't resonate with and it's causing you to feel some type of way, you should really click off. Like I use that all the time, like with the unfollow. And there's some people, like I resonate with a lot of things they say, but maybe something they said, I'm like, oh, you know, it has me feeling some type of way. I'm gonna click off. Now, there's sometimes when I feel some type of way, and that's because, you know, it's checking me, like something I need to work on. But that's not the type of feeling some type of way. That's when I keep on watching, like, ooh, they're talking about me, you know? So I keep on watching. But there's some type of way, like it doesn't feel right in your soul. Click off. Don't even, why do that? Like the hate watching. Why do we hate watch? Oh, I hate them, but I gotta watch this video. Why do we do that? For what? It's a waste of time. You can't get that time back. For what? You could watch something that you enjoy and go to bed feeling peaceful rather than being upset about whatever, you know, you hate it. We have lots of choices. We don't exercise them the way that we would like to, I guess. But we could choose differently. Anyway, okay, here we go. So We're doing everything but keeping it cute. And we're talking about, do I answer or talk to people on social media? And do I answer any of my messages, like in my DMs? So, um, yes and no. I guess I'll tell like a little story about when I did answer a DM. And yes, sometimes I do answer DMs. It depends on the tone. Believe it or not, there's a tone to a text message, or, you know, either I'm inserting it or, I perceive this person having the tone when they send it to me, by how they place the, like maybe they send it in two parts. So, like how they pause it, or how they punctuate things. Some people capitalize. I guess that still means screaming or important. Sometimes I take it as important. Um, and some people are emoji talkers, So, yeah, sometimes I do. But for the most part, I answer my messages like in a live when I'm talking about something else. It just comes up. And so then I'll go ahead and answer. Sometimes I don't answer anything because it's not anybody's business. We have to learn that everything about you is not somebody's business. Trust and believe, and everywhere you go is not somebody's business. So even though people think you're living your life online, I see those virtual streets or these virtual streets as like, a little fun. Let your hair down. I mean, I don't have it right now, but let your hair down. You know what I mean? Because in my day-to-day life, I meet a lot of people too, and those are not that these interactions aren't real, because they are, but it's on a different level. Like, you're seeing someone's body language, like, you're just feeling them on a different level. It's different. But I do meet a lot of people in person, and now I make it a point to meet at least 5 people, like actually have a conversation with them a day. And that's been very interesting. And it makes you want to talk to more people, right? But let me tell you something, people think that's so weird. But I think it's so weird to carry on certain types of conversations, or like a conversation I would have face to face. I probably don't have in my DMs too much, like every now and then. But for the most part, nah, because that's not why I'm on social media. Like, I hadn't carved out time, for social media. Now, during the little pandemic, during the pandemic, that onset, during the onset of the pandemic, I had way more time, right? Because like a lot of work got canceled and all this stuff. And so I would look in there, and then I would like look at people's profiles and stuff like that. And some of them would be like very like depressing, like very sad, like, oh, what's going on here? And then boom, I would answer the DM, I would jump back in their DM and start a conversation with them. So during that time, I probably held more conversations that I would hold face to face, because also I was working from home and I wasn't going out. So like that was kind of like my connection to the world. Now, I think what people really want to know is, do I answer DMs like when people are sending messages of interest or whatnot? No, I don't. No, not really. Like, at first, people, sometimes guys will pretend to want to do business or whatever. So I try to weed that out right away. But yeah, for the most part, no. But I'll tell you a time when I did. Let me tell you why I don't answer DMs. Oh, Lord. Okay. You know what I just realized right now? Okay, so look, I'm a person who likes to like do a lot of stuff with my hair, right? And I like to do a crochet because it's quick, and like I don't want to perm my hair anymore. And like I was looking at it right now, thinking like, oh, maybe I should find some purple hair, right? And then when I leaned in, I just realized like, what in the world am I gonna attach this crochet to? Oh my gosh, what was I thinking? Lord. Okay, anyway, back to the message at hand. Okay, so we're talking about the DMs. Okay. I'm telling you though, like it's an issue. Okay, so look. One time, I don't know, maybe 3 or 4 years ago, I don't know. But one time, there was this nice looking person who jumped into my DM. Like, they were my type, right? Okay, so that's the problem. Okay, not a problem, but most of the time, people in my DM, they're not my type. Like, I don't resonate with what's going on, you know? Not that they're not beautiful, or not that they're not successful or doing their thing or whatever, you know? Definitely. But I just don't resonate with what they're doing, and I'm not attracted to them in that way. We would make great friends, but I would be a headache. Okay, so this person jumps into my DM, and I'm like, oh, like, definitely nice looking, right? Like, oh my God. And they're talking kind of nice, you know? How sweet. So I always go and check the profile. So I go and I look at that person's profile, and they're looking kind of like rapper-ish, you know what I'm saying? Like, maybe they're an artist or aspiring to be an artist, you know, because they have some pretty good visuals and stuff like that. And I hear some music, and then I'm like looking at the profile picture, and I'm looking at the video. Like, yeah, I think that's them. So, you know, I jump back in their DM like, yo, like, are you trying to be a rapper? And so then they're like, I am a rapper, so my bad. I didn't mean it like that. But yeah, I'm a rapper, you know, and they had something else going on. They were doing some other business, behind the scene business, you know, that doesn't require you to be in the spotlight business, you know? So they were making money in other ways. So definitely a successful individual already. But when I looked at their profile, definitely as a rapper, I could see that they were doing things and trying to go places, and it could happen, you know? It could definitely happen. So I'm like, definitely just do my type, you know what I'm saying? It could happen. But it was also like, I'm gonna be a whole headache. Okay, because what they're trying to do and what I'm trying to do is totally different. And what I believe about rappers, I'm gonna be a whole headache. Like, and it's just gonna be a problem for that person in their career. You know what I mean? So then they confirmed, and I jumped back in their DM, and I was like, you know, yo, like, you're gonna be so great. And that is actually what I believed about them. Like, you're gonna be so great. Like, this is gonna work. And for that reason, it's a no. Like, I don't date rappers. It's not my lifestyle, you know? Like, I don't wanna live that lifestyle. And at the time, that's not what I felt I needed. Like, that's a lifestyle where people are gone all the time. You know, they have to travel. There's the groupie thing. There's the girls who pretend to be with them because they chose you. And then, like, I'm a regular chick. Like, I'm not that girl. Like, I look like the fun girl, but I'm not always the fun girl. Well, I'm not the fun girl in the way that people mean it. And that way I might be boring, unless you're my dude, you know? But yeah. So like, I'm like on and off with that lifestyle. Like, it's cool every now and then, but every single day, to me, when that's your job, and as a rapper, like, being at the club is their job. They perform all those things, you know? So to me, it gets old. Excuse me. It gets old. And I've had an opportunity to work in that environment frequently. And it does. Well, for me, it just like makes me want to stay at home. It's not fun anymore. It's just work. So it's like, I'm not sure that I'm going to be submerged in that. And so how can you be supportive, right? Like, I'm looking at what I need. He can't give me that because he has some goals and he needs to stay focused on that. Meeting my needs was going to get in the way of his goals. Now, I'll tell you what happened though, because I mean, Daphne, like I said, he was already successful before the rap venture or whatever. So, there may have been a little bit of ego there, and I perceive it as this, that he felt, oh, she turned me down, and guess what? So I followed him the whole time, right? Check in every now and then, boom, followers going up and everything. You know, you could tell how successful someone is by how much they clown on social media. You know what I mean? I don't mean any disrespect by that, but you know, every now and then they show out, you know? And so I see him showing out and everything, and I'm like, okay. So he over here getting to these bags or whatever. And, then on my YouTube, things start coming through, I have different devices. So if I'm on my phone, like none of that stuff is on my phone. So to see something like that suggested on my YouTube means, wow, like, the name is out there. I didn't even realize how much time it had been or how much time I had been following them. But yeah, so then I decided to jump into their DM, right? Kind of like test the water really quick. And so I'm just like, congratulations. And I truly do mean that. And then I got a standard message. Those standard messages that famous people send out. Yeah. So I was like, okay, cool beans. No problem. But yeah, like sort of sunning me right now. If you don't know what that means, you gotta look that up. So yeah, he's sort of sunning me right now. But it's cool though. I still send him congratulations, and I'm very proud of him and what he's done and what he's built. Like, he took what he had, like, the story, as the story goes, because it's just a rumor. I haven't heard it from the horse. Well, I sort of heard it from the horse's mouth through interviews and things like that. But as the story goes, he got it out the mud, So when I saw him, he had already achieved some things, and then he took that and he made it more. And so then whatever he has now, Lord, who knows what he's gonna, like dude's an empire builder, So I think what he couldn't understand, and sometimes that's what people need to understand. I'm looking at my DMs and I'm like, oh, I'm not what you need. You think I'm what you need, but I'm not what you need. I'm different that way. And trust and believe some people got something that I want. You know what I mean? Like, oh, okay, I could use that. You know what I'm saying? Like, okay, I could see how we could work out. I see. But at the end of the day, I have to evaluate me, right? And say, okay, like, am I beneficial to this person? Not like just financially or physically, anything like that, but like mentally, like, are we evenly yoked? Are we thinking in the same way? Are we on the same plane? Because what I'm into, if you're not into it, it really doesn't work. Like, my lifestyle is really my lifestyle. Like, I really live that way, not just online. Like, even when I'm not online, I live that way. 4 years, 5, 6 years ago, I lived this way, like, it's my lifestyle. So if something that doesn't mesh with my lifestyle is coming with you, I have to give it up because I'm so comfortable in this lifestyle. Like, this is it for me. Like, I like it. This is peaceful. Peace is important to me. Okay. What takes my awareness is important to me. What is entertaining me is important to me. And I'm not saying that, oh, like, I listen to all kinds of things. I don't really watch TV, though. Now, that I don't do. I can't even lie to you. I have watched movies. I will watch TV. I watch reruns of Girlfriends. But, so, mostly when I talk about TV, it's probably a little bit old or something that I saw 1 or 2 episodes of or something like that. But music, I listen to all kinds of music, okay? Even the kind that people think is bad or whatever. There's messages in everything, okay? And for me, I believe that music is frequency, and frequency is something that affects us. And so, yeah, I listen to music. And kids love music too, young adults, teens. They love music too, and they make music. I think people tell real life stories in music. So when you listen to it, you can kind of tell the temperature of the times and what's going on, So, yeah, that's something that it's important. Now, it's kind of ironic that I tell that story because if I had known that I would want to work in entertainment, I probably would have responded differently. But at that time in my life, I had no idea that's where life was going. Not at all. Not at all. So then I'll take this moment to tell a personal story. I guess I'll tell this about, maybe it'll be about DMs and internet dating. I don't know. I do a lot of rambling. But anyway, so yeah, I didn't know. But it just kind of ended up that way. Like little things kept happening. And I'm a person who's like, if there's an opportunity, I try to say, okay, have I done this before? Is it something I can benefit from? Like, can I learn from it? Like, I don't know. Does it give me a different edge? So I'm always a yes. Like, I was always taught that. Be a yes person to opportunities. But also make sure that it's something that's beneficial for you. Like sometimes, like I was told, sometimes, maybe someone will ask you to do something outside of your job description, but is it something that's going to benefit you on your resume? You know what I mean? Because that's your time. People do not understand about time. Even though, anyway, people do not understand about time. That's value. Okay, so that's your time. Okay, and oh, hold on. Okay, me mellow. My bad. Um, yeah, people don't understand about time and really that's the most valuable thing. And I say that all the time. A man who does not have time, or a person who does not have time for your ideas or taking an interest in you, but someone gives you their time, that's very valuable because that's something that they can't trade in, they can't return it, they can't pawn it, they can't get it back. Like, it's spent. It's the most expensive thing. It's spent. Like, nobody can come and steal it, only you can allow someone to share it with you. Like, it's spent. It is the most valuable thing. It is the biggest gesture ever made, is to give someone your time, in my opinion. But anyway, I digress. Okay, so let's talk about the entertainment thing. Someone once asked me, why don't you write a book? Because people don't read. Why would I write a book? And for the most part, I like to work with young adults. Not because I want to be young, but because they teach me a lot of things, right? Because maybe I have a perspective and I'm out of the loop, and I found that I am, and young people will check you, okay? And I came about that knowing that my kids were talking to me, and one day I just decided, what if my kids are not even asking me about their friends? What if my kids are really asking me, questions about things that are happening with them, but they don't want to tell me because they think, like, I'm going to be disapproving or whatever. And they noticed that I kind of was that way, like with their friends, like, whatever, those are not my kids, you know what I mean? So we talk and jest and stuff like that. And, we just talk candidly. And although I talk candidly with my kids, like, those are my kids though. So, like, it's my job to be the disciplinary person, single mom. So that's my job. I don't think they really understood that. So I think they just started bringing things to me that they were curious about. And after I thought about it, I started answering the questions a little better, thinking that, oh, my kid could be asking me about their own life. So I started being more thorough, paying more attention to that. Was it scary? But all you could do is, like, give your kids tools or whatever and show them how to use the tools. That's it. And with young people, I always answer their messages. I always talk to them if they want to talk. I always answer their calls. And that's what's really irritating about not having the phone right now, is because I don't know anyone's number and everyone's not on social media with me yet. So yeah, it's a little bit annoying, but I do answer those messages because they are seeking answers. I met a 15-year-old working 2 jobs, fast food jobs, but not living at home, living with someone else. Now, I never really got the details. And the way that I met her, she was flagging down for a Lyft, and I had a Lyft sign in my car because I was previously driving Lyft, but I wasn't, at the time that I met her. I just never took the sticker off my car. And so she thought that I had passed her up as the Lyft driver. And when she was flagging me down, I'm like, I don't know what that's about. But then it's a girl, it's a lady, and she's in a parking lot. Maybe she's distressed. She looked young. I thought she was a college student. So I turn around, even though I'm a little bit in a hurry, I turn around and see what's going on. And I'm like, oh, Lord, let her be going my way, so I could get to where I'm going on time, and then I could help her out. And it turns out she was kind of going my way, but she needed just a little assistance. So I'm like, fine, I'm going to do it. We go there, and she can't do what she needs to do, And I just asked her a little bit about herself, and I thought she was in college, and she's like, oh, I'm 15. 15? Girl? Oh my gosh. So anyway, we did what we needed to do, but I was like, you can't just be out here flagging people down and stuff like that, it could be the wrong person. And so I'm just like, well, after finding out that she wasn't living at home or whatever, so maybe she can't get, everybody's busy and stuff like that. They have their own schedules. So I'm just like, okay, look, I used to be a Lyft driver, but I'm not anymore. However, I would take you anywhere you need to go. Okay, you need to give me a heads up, and I had a flexible schedule. So I'm like, and that's why I like having a flexible schedule. That's why I like working for myself, because I could do stuff like that, So I'm just like, let me know what you need, and I will rearrange my schedule for that, so you can have a safe ride to and fro, okay? Because there's too many people out here. I've even had it myself, like Uber drivers, Lyft drivers even are out here human trafficking, like taking people. Yeah, you could share your ride with somebody, but what can they do from a distance? Like, whatever's happening to you right then is happening to you right then. And yes, justice perhaps will be brought later. But again, whatever's happening to you right then is happening to you right then. And no one can stop that, So that's a scary thing when you're in the car with somebody and they don't take the right route, or, it's a scary thing. It's not just about the charge. It's about where are we going, I digress. Sorry. But yeah, the entertainment thing, I see it as a job. So there was this time where I was wanting to, do a little modeling or whatever, right? And it seemed fun. No, and it is fun. It is fun, but it's also work. Don't get it twisted. It's also work, and it's a lot of work, right? It's just not easy being cheesy out here. And like, I'm comfortable with taking photos and stuff like that, sort of, kinda. I don't think I'm very photogenic, so I'm not a person who like hops in photos. No. But if I'm like, oh, okay, I want to take photos, that's because I'm gonna like put on makeup and do my hair and have an outfit, like I'm getting dressed up. Like, I think of it like as a character or whatever. That's how I think of it. And so then I'll do photos, right? And I thought that's how it goes. Nope, much more work. But even after learning much more work, I'm like, okay, I think I'm ready to try this thing, right? All right, so not only am I'm trying this thing, but like, I'm ready. Like, this is about to be it. Like, I'm flying to New York, right? I'm about to kill this photo shoot, right? And so I'm so excited. But then some things happen, but I'm like, whatever. We're still going strong, right? I'm doing a photo shoot in New York, so whatever. We're about to make it work. So I get there and I pull up from my Uber and I recognize someone that like I've only seen on a Zoom, okay? And I'm like, oh my God, like this is real, right? So like I'm trying not to fangirl, right? I'm trying not to, cause like you wanna be professional, right? Like he's not gonna be working with me, but I don't want to be unprofessional. Like, what if I do get the chance to work with him? Then he's gonna remember, oh, that's that girl, So I didn't want to be like, too fanny, but I was inside dying. Okay, but then not only that, right? Like, he's not even stuck up. He's standing there with a coffee, so I'm thinking, oh, he's not gonna like talk. But no, he's talking and he's hilarious, right? So down to earth, like energy so popping, right? He makes you feel so comfortable, right? So I'm thinking, oh, this is gonna be so great. But again, I know I'm not working with him, so no big deal. Well, we get up there and you have to wait for your turn. And I was like, I think more like in the middle, but it felt like the longest wait ever. And I got my makeup done. I don't like makeup. Let's just say that I don't know how to do makeup, and I don't really like makeup on my face. I don't know. Like, even though like I want to like cover up my freckles and stuff like that, or whatever imperfections I have, when I put makeup on, I don't know if it looks right. Like, I don't know if I'm choosing the right colors, or maybe I'm just not used to seeing it. I don't know. But makeup and we don't go together. So I decided not to look at my makeup because I don't want to see it, right? And I know there's going to be color. So I'm like, I don't want to see it. I don't want to see it. And I didn't have the hair that I wanted to have, right? But it was cool. I was like, we're just going to make this work. When it's my turn and they announce, like, oh, you're going to be working with, and they say which photographer. Ciao. Like, I wanted to faint. But again, you're trying to be professional, right? You're like, did they just say my name in did they just say my name in their name? My name in their name? Like, that's who's gonna shoot my photos? Wow. You know what I'm saying? So when I say that you could do whatever you want, you can, but you have to work for it. I'm not saying that came easy. It didn't come easy. I had to work for it. Like, and I had to invest in myself, you know? I had to figure out, how does this thing really work? How does this thing really work, you know? And I sat back and watched a couple of people do it too. Like, okay, I see what you're saying. And it's working. You applied it, right? And right now I'm at a time in my life where I've learned a lot of things, but I have not applied a lot of things. So this is the part of my life, application. So anyway, I'm at the shoot. I'm shooting with somebody that I've been following for a bit, right? And I'm just like, I can't believe it. I can't believe it. Like, I've been a fan and they're gonna shoot my photos. And then I like get to the first site. Yeah, no, it's not happening. It's not working. Like, I'm having a great time inside. Like, I'm super excited, but I'm so excited that I can't perform. Like, I'm like, okay, like, okay. The one part I'm not adding, which is laughter for me, is that the person that I met when I pulled up in the Uber was like in my photo shoot. So now I want to shit myself. Like, oh my God, I cannot believe it. Right? And I want to do a good job, but I can't freaking stop smiling. So he's like, look, it's cheesy. Like, you're too cheesy. And I'm thinking, I know, because I'm like fucking in a photo shoot with such and such and such and such. Oh my gosh. Okay. So, oh my gosh, like I can't. I have not told that story. Oh my gosh. Like, dream. Okay. I think I finally got it out. I got my little fangirl thing out. Okay. So, like, I'm in the photo shoot, right? And I'm looking at both of these photographers. And I'm just like, oh my God. And I'm so not girly, right? Like, the way I dress and stuff like that, the way I do my hair, I look girly. Like, I'm about to come out here and kill this scene, right? But no. I just look like that. Really, I'd be standing there like, okay, now what? Right? And that's totally what happened. So I'm standing there and like, both of them are trying to give me direction. And it's like a robot, like, like a deer in the headlights. I'm telling you, I'm bombing. Like, I'm failing so bad. I didn't know what to do. I wanted to cry. I did cry. It was my moment, right? It was my moment. And I was killing it, but in the wrong way. Like, I was beating it dead. Like, it was going bad. But it was still a fun time. And it made me realize, okay, look, I gotta take this back to the drawing board, right? There was still some things that I wasn't comfortable with doing. Like, it just felt so funny. And I knew that this photographer likes to be in the elements, and that's what I like about them. Because with his photos, like, I saw a photo that he took in the middle of Times Square, right? And there's like taxis and like there's traffic. And the model, she's like crossing the street or whatever. Dynamic photo. To me, like, she's beautiful and she's the center of everything going on. But there's so much going on that like there's almost movement in the background. You know what I mean? Like you're there. It's almost like you could hear the noise in the background. But maybe because I've been in New York, I don't know. But anyway, it was just like, to me, when I saw the photo, like it was action, baby. It was action, although it was a still photo. So that's what I liked about their photos. And so, as time went on, comfort level, because both of them are so cool and so down to earth. So comfort level was there, but I just wasn't comfortable with how to move my body. I was like really concerned about like, is your fupa flattened correctly? You know what I'm saying? Like, because there's no Photoshop for that. Everybody gonna see that. You see what I'm saying? So it was like, well, is my third row stretched out? You know what I'm saying? Like, it was all of that. And so they were like, you're overthinking it, which I really knew because that's exactly how I am. So it was just laughter. Not only have I heard it, but now I have some top-notch professionals saying the same thing. But also the same thing I took away from that was like my last little fit or whatever change. There was like some issue there. And so I was like, look, I told the photographer that I met when I pulled up in the Uber, I'm like, look, I have some jeans in here, right? And like that's usually how I wear it. And so he's like, let me see their jeans. So I let him see the jeans. And he approves my outfit. I mean, probably out of like, what else could he choose from, But, okay, that was a nod for me, okay? I mean, and this man, okay, he has dressed important people. Okay. I mean, everyone's important. Okay. But he has just individuals making more money than me. People who set trends and things like that. He has photographed people, you know what I'm saying? That you look at in magazines. Talented, creative. Now some people gonna say, now how'd you do that? Nope. I wasn't standing on some corner and got discovered. I ain't gonna lie to you, that didn't happen. But I did run into this company called VIP Ignite, and definitely the information received there, some investments made over there to get some information. And I don't mean it like that. Like, I went to college. I invested in that to get some information. And so now I see those things the same. Like, I want to know something about something, right? Everything doesn't have a college. Some things have a master class. Some things have a certificate program. Sometimes it's just a workshop. Sometimes it's just a Zoom. I don't know. But it's whatever investment. Sometimes it costs money and sometimes it doesn't cost money. And VIP Ignite has a lot of things. You need to see what's popping over there. And definitely check out one of their free boot camps. Now, I'm going to be honest. I haven't been over there in a couple months. But they're always doing great things. And so I know that they do not make it difficult for you to do what you need to do. Because I went over there like, you know what? I want a model, right? But the more that I was looking at everything going on and all the talent in the room, and I still was like, nah, I want to do some contract. I want to put on some show. Like, I want to do something else. I want to do some business, And even when that was happening, like once I started applying the things and participating with them, guess what? They had people on there. Oh, gosh, I'm telling you, I need to go get ready. They had people on there, that taught me how to do some business, So you got to branch out sometimes and don't be afraid. I've had the best time. I'm not saying that things didn't happen or go wrong, but it's definitely been a good ride, right? So I definitely know where I want to be. And now it's just about finding the exact notch, like what's my niche, you know what I mean? Everything is just a job. You have to decide what you want to do, Money's a frequency and energy, you know what I mean? You gotta like pay rent and stuff like that. You gotta decide what you want to do to pay your rent, you know what I mean? I'm not gonna go there. And that's another video. Anyway, I guess we're gonna get up out of here. That's enough about my DMs. and random stories. But maybe I will answer my messages more. I don't know. Right now, I have to get the videos done for the people I said I would do them for, and I am working on that. It's like, I think currently 5 o'clock a.m. at this time. So I'm finishing up. And they will be posted. I don't think I'm gonna do another random video without getting ready. You know what I'm saying? But look, the bag already, it's been 10 days. Because, I'm putting these messages out for the ladies too. 10 days. 10 days. The flow. 10 days. That's it. 10 days. Go be you. Figure out what's good about you. And don't let nobody turn you into a customer. We'll talk about that later. I gotta get ready. Love you so much, and thank you so much for loving me. And I really mean that. The people who understand what I'm saying, they rock with that. If you don't understand, I'm just gonna hope that you get there. But I love you.